What's going on, Boerboel? Yeah, we here. Can y'all hear me okay? What's up, Boer buddies? We back with another live episode. We back with another live episode. We going in, y'all, tonight. We closing out the year 2023. Forgive me for being late. I'm slow, but I'm for sure. I'm here, like I told y'all, like I was gonna be. We closing out the year. Hey, it's been a beautiful day here. We got spring-like conditions. It's 60-something degrees. Global warming is real, y'all. Global warming is a reality. It's never been like this. I can't remember in all my years in my life. I've never had it been 60-something degrees like this in the Christmas. We got some special announcements, y'all, because we made it to 130,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're gonna be celebrating. We celebrating, y'all. This is really amazing. We could not have done it without you. 130,000. I cannot even imagine. I can't just meet little old me. And yes, but we couldn't have done it without y'all. We've been working very hard. We appreciate the support. Everybody that's been tuning in, thank you very much. Everybody that's steady supporting the channel, we appreciate y'all for staying rocking with us, steady rocking with Exotic Boerboels. And because of the great success and the motivation, inspiration that y'all instill with us, it allows us to just continue to push forward, and can keep on putting this good stuff out here for y'all. It's all about y'all, Boerboel family. So today we're gonna be talking about last week we briefly discussed selling puppies, and this week we're gonna dive back in times two, because that's a very deep topic. That's a very deep topic when we start talking about selling puppies. I mean, this is so many layers to selling puppies and having puppies and getting to the point where you even have puppies that's ready to sell, to get the puppies to that stage. So in order to get the puppy to that place, I mean, we're going to get there. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to, let me post up the link if anybody wants to join in. For real, we want y'all to come on in. We want, hey, listen, we welcoming. We're going to post a link into the thread. If anybody want to join in, you're welcome to do so. So there go the link. And like I said, there's multiple layers to selling puppies and arriving to the point where you can sell a puppy finally. And so we're gonna dive back into that. We talked about a whole lot of stuff. Establishing your presence online. I mean, it's huge. It's a multi-layered component. So let's go ahead. We got 17 years worth of experience in doing this, and because of that, we can speak from a place of experience. We want to help you. We want to help you, enlighten you. There's so many things that we learned so much over time that, I mean, it was tons of success, things that I wish that I knew today that I don't know, and that I didn't know then, that I would have been so much further ahead. So that's why we take the time to share this with you all, because we want to help the Boerboel community. This is a lot of lessons and things that to be learned, and then it really propel you to greatness a whole lot faster. You don't have to bump your head or hurt yourself or stumble and fall every time the way that we did. And so we hope that we can learn something valuable from our experience. And like I said, I've been doing this for 17 years with the Boerboels, but I was trained in school. I went to school and I know something about, and I still continue to study to this day. I'm still learning. I'm not by any means no master that is done learning and developing. So with that being said, I share these things with you all because I do know a little bit about what to do to make the dogs why your puppy's not selling. I have people ask me all the time, and oh, we got some comments. Oh my goodness, thank you for the comments. We're gonna get to everyone's comments because let me just stay on task. Let me stay on subject. We're gonna stay on task. We will get to everyone's comments at some point during towards the end. But I want to talk to you all about a whole lot about really establishing the breed yourself as establishing yourself online, establishing your dogs online, establishing your presence online. It's important to understand that because a lot of what we do now, the days of the newspaper and the classified section, that was how I was raised up, and how I came up was going to the newspaper. We was shopping the newspaper, looking at dogs, and you would browse the classified section. And you would go and people would list their puppies that they have for sale, and then you go visit them, you call them and get to know them. There was also dog magazines, and the days of written print publications. It's just a dying field. It's a dying technology. Nowadays, everything is done online. And in order to establish yourself online and build a presence online, there's certain things that you need to do. And in order to have great success with these dogs, you're definitely going to have some presence online. You want to make sure that your presence is being felt. And how do you do that? So we're going to get into that because it's really important. And oh man, this is our first time being live on Facebook. So because we had 130,000 on Instagram, because we had 130,000, before we get into selling puppies and then all of that, I hope everyone is doing great. But I'm going to talk to you all about Balto because we had the 130,000 to celebrate going into 2000. And I mean, it took us 12 years to get there. So because of that, we're going to be offering Balto. We're going to do a special going into 2024. We're going to offer 5 people Balto stud services for only $2,000. Normally we would charge us $1,000 to lock it in. Normally we charge $4,500 for Balto stud services. Just one time only. We're going to have Balto stud services that we're going to be allowing the general public, whoever you contact me, if you're interested in obtaining some semen off a Balto for you can lock it in when your dog comes in heat. We're going to be offering this only for 5 outside of the exotic Boerboel family. We're going to do this just for our subscribers. If you know anyone that may be interested or could benefit from having some great, we got Boerboel puppies and is going to be breeding dog soon, interested in the top-notch stud, one of the best that the breed has to offer. We're going to be offering Balto stud services at an extreme discount. So with that being said, let's get into that's to celebrate. That's the offer that we're going to do to celebrate. Hey, my friend, that's the offer we're going to do to celebrate our success on YouTube. And then we also got some things. Let me show you all this. So we also had these. We also had these leashes, these custom leashes. These are handmade specifically for our dogs, specifically for our breeding program. They're really great construction, durable materials. See, we got the dual sided. So these got dual snaps. And this is real cool because when you need to tie your dog down, you need to tie your dog to something. You could always snap them to a fence, link on the fence like that. Or you could take this hook. You got this looping, this what they call is a O-ring, and it's a floating O-ring. So these leashes is super cool with this floating O-ring. So if you need to attach your dog to something, you could always tie them out like this and then snap it there. So we offering these up. These is normally $60. We're gonna offer them up for $40, $25. What y'all think is fair? 30, half off, 30, everything 50% off except for the puppies. But these is super cool. It's also the type of leash that is waterproof, it's antibacterial, it's easy to clean, feels really good in your hand. These are handmade, premium quality. You see the stitch in there, see how it's shaved down here. These are really excellent, highly recommended. If you don't have this is something else that we're gonna be offering 50% off. They're normally $60. Since we hit 130,000 subscribers and a success, we're going to offer this at $30. $30, everyone. We got them in Christmas colors. We got them in absolutely. I'm gonna answer all the questions towards the end. Yeah, these is a must-have though. Now I used to do the leather, but the dogs can bite through that leather. With this is actually called biofang. And what it is PVC coated nylon. So it feels really good in your hand. It's easy to clean, doesn't get all wet, soggy, and nasty if the dog is dragging it on the ground. And it's got this dual snaps and the floating O-ring. So that we're gonna be offering up for 50% off, and Balto Semen and any stud dog on our site, any stud dog on our stud page on our website, we offering for 50% off, except for Bagheera. So with that being said, let's get into this selling puppies. Because so I see my dude, my friend, my good buddy, he hit me up. You know, yeah, man, I heard what you was saying. You see what I've been doing. You see what I did. I posted, and I said, man, that's what's up, beautiful. And then I don't hear nothing else from him no more. I don't see nothing else from him anymore. And it's like, listen, this is something that you got to do. So you got a few likes. He asked questions. He said, man, it don't work. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I posted and I'm not getting the results that I wanted. You got to remember, in the beginning, it's going to be slow. No matter what you start in the beginning, very few people get on the court and they can just ball, right? Very few people are going to get their first race and run a 4.17 40. You're not going to have great success in the beginning. What you're able to do by these regular posts is you're able to establish data. You're able to build data. And this is all about building engaged leads. You know, what are the inputs in order to accomplish this? What are the inputs? So what do we have? What are we able to do in order to generate leads? Well, first of all, we have to establish value. What do we have of value? We have, if you're a dog breeder and this is your quote unquote offer that you have to make, this is what we have. We have beautiful dogs. We want to establish this. How are we going to establish this? Through the regular, consistent posting, and engaging with the community. Now, you might not get a whole bunch of likes in the beginning, and you probably won't. But what you can do is find out who it is that is rocking with you. You can go and look at those people that actually like the post, go on and like some of their posts, go and find out what it is that they liked about your post. But the main thing is volume. You have to post consistently. You want to be posting, you get 3 likes and your goal is to get 300 likes, then you need to do 100 times the outputs. And then you're highly, highly likely to get more engagements, more response from the social media platforms. Remember, as you are producing content for these social media platforms, it is almost as if you work for them. And who do we reward as an employer is the ones that work the hardest. When you're a hard worker, you get more pay, you get days off, you get breaks, you get leisure. So the way that YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all of these social media platforms reward you is with more, they feature your content. They figure that you're going to be a really hard worker. They figure you're going to be someone that is constantly posting content. Then they're going to promote you. They're going to put you at a higher value than someone that's posting a much less frequency, at a much less frequency. So with that being said, you work for these social media platforms. Keep in mind, you can also be fired from a platform. And that's where you also have to have your own website. I see a lot of breeders or people that want to wait until they finally have some puppies, and then they're going to start to establish themselves. And that's just not the way that this works. You're not going to be able to establish yourself late in the game. Remember, you're trying to, well, you can establish yourself, but don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Procrastination is the killer of success. You have to get busy. You want to be active, and you want to always remember that you could be fired from these platforms. Once you're able to find a post that works, say you post 100 pieces of content, you're going to post all different varieties, not just puppies, not just adult dogs. This is the sire, this is the dam. You want to get into your dog running, moving, playing. Help us get to know your dog, the way that he fits into your life, the way that the dog is valuable to you. Help us understand how this dog is valuable to us, because this is what people spend money on, things that are valuable. And we don't know you. We're not familiar with you if you just purely presenting a puppy, right? With that being, so let's get more off into sharing for the sake of sharing for the sake of others' enjoyment, sharing for the sake of building a bond, of building a relationship, and getting people familiar with the fact that you are this person with these dogs. You want people to know why you have dogs. Why are you posting? And I'll apply this to dogs. I say this about dogs because I am a dog person and I'm a breeding dogs, but this can apply to any product, anything that you marketing and advertising online. I see all too often low frequencies of posts. You're really trying to establish yourself. We want to get to know who you are. We want to be able to go back and look at all of your previous posts, all of your previous content. And when we're able to do that, it's like, okay, this person is real. You got to remember this 2024 we're getting ready to go into, and a whole lot of scamming and scheming is going on. You have a whole lot of fraud being undertaken. People want to be able to look and see that you are a real person with a history. How do we do this? Through your previous posts, through your posts in the past. That's the way that it is. Familiar. I mean, I haven't been out on the market and like pursuing, but I noticed the young dudes, though, this is the way that they do it now is, everything is off the Instagram. What's your Instagram? They're not even exchanging phone numbers. They're getting straight to the Instagram and get to know you through the Instagram. That's how the young people do. What's your Instagram? And, they get into the DMs. If you feel like, if you're one of the people that are waiting, right, and say, well, I want to get my dog to complete maturity. I want to wait till he's perfect. I want to wait till he's all the way mature, because then you kind of like painting a illusion, right? That's not 100% honest and transparent, keeping everything up front and on the table. I post my dogs running. I post my dogs in all different stages and ages and phases of the development, because we want to help people understand the strengths as well as the weaknesses. We're not going to sit up here and act like every dog is perfect. We're not going to sit up and act like there are not faults to our breeding program. And we want to try to look at this extremely objectively, because we are really trying to improve. We are really trying to make something that is already good and developed, we want to make it even better. And how can we do that? Through analysis, through testing. We have to look at ourselves objectively. We have to really see what they call an honest and open eye, right? So yes, it's not perfect. No, it's not perfect, but it's transparent, it's upfront, and it's honest, right? And that's value. There's value there because we're getting to know you, and you are a complete upfront individual. When people find content that is valuable, what they tend to do is make it shareable. It's share it. So let's get this straight. Your job as a marketer, as a advertiser, is to establish value in your posts, right? You're posting. How are you going to establish this value? Through analysis. What do the people like? I say this all the time to my friends and family, and I also have had issues with, I have had situations where I post something, somebody don't like what I have posted, they telling me to take it down and so on and so forth, and tag them to it or so forth, so on and so forth. And I understand that, I appreciate that. That's what you have to do, family. Put it out there for the people to see. Let them know what you got going on. But what I was saying, I lost my train of thought. But you may think that it's perfect. You may think that it's sweet. You may think that it's great. But it's really not about you. You're trying to entertain and provide content for your audience. A lot of people like to say the algorithm. Well, the algorithm done blocked me. The algorithm has me shadow banned. Is it really that the case? Why would the algorithm try to shadow ban you? Because the content that you're producing, the content that you're posting, the pictures that you're posting need improvement. You have to really look at yourself objectively. You have to look at your picture objectively. Go and research other pictures on the internet, other videos on the internet. Look at content that is going viral or that is getting lots of likes and generating interest, and analyze it. What is it about this post that people are liking? What is it about this post that people are the link is in the bio? What is it about this post that people are resonating with? And how can I create something similar to it with my authentic edge, my individuality, my creative presence, right? How are we able to do that? Through the data. We have to be objective. We have to be reasonable. Instead of getting mad, or instead of I see a lot of people, I'm gonna use this as an example. Oh yeah, I'm glad that I had said that, talking about what I'll look at. I'm gonna use Savage Kingdom Boerboel as an example. Some people may agree or disagree with what he does and how he does it, but whatever it is, it works. Instead of saying that this is wrong, or this is right, or this is wrong, instead of trying to pass judgment, look at what he did right. Look at the success that he had, and ask yourself, what can I do to recreate this same success? I would like to be successful too. And that's what you got to do, Paulson. Keep on putting them puppies and dogs out there for people to see. Right, man. Let me say this right here. I got to post this one up because this is dead spot on. Been watching a lot of content. Some people aren't passionate, and it's more about the money. And then that's where you end up falling short. So I had one of my good friend, Bianca, was asking me about people breeding. Their heart ain't into it for the right reasons. And they're not into it for the right reasons. They just want that, like they in pursuit of the dollars. And that's like really that's fine. So when they seeking the dollars, really the dollars it's like a byproduct of your hard work. That's only after all of this blood, sweat, and tears. Do you understand how much money that you're going to spend in order to have great success? Taking dogs to the vet, day-to-day care and maintenance. You have to consider the amount of time and energy and effort that you put into cleaning, that you into caring for your dogs, walking your dogs. I mean, this is a really serious commitment in order to do it right. In order for your dogs to be stress-free and healthy, you have to put the time in. You got to put the effort in. There is no corners to be cut. And you're talking about thousands of hours of invested time and energy into your dogs. You're going to be feeding them the best foods. You know, if you really try to present a dog that has value, if you want people to see how your dog is a beautiful dog and what it adds to your life, because people always want to just focus on the actual dog or the protection aspect and the dog looking big and the dog looking strong. But let me tell you something, that's nowhere near the biggest benefit of what the dog has to offer. You got to remember this, that the dogs have therapeutic value. This is what I'm talking about, therapy. I'm talking about like relaxation, releasing pheromones, hormones, the things that make us feel good. I'm talking about that, the value, that the therapeutic value, only dog people understand. If you've never had a dog, you can't, it's maybe difficult to grasp how much of a value just having someone there or something there that needs you, that loves you, that cares about you as much as you care about it, if not more, maybe even more. Dogs probably care about us more than we care about them, more than we care about ourselves. Now think about that. Having something that loves you more than you actually love yourself, that don't even seem possible. But the dogs really feel that strongly about you. And so it's only right for us to reciprocate that type of love. And it really is not hard for me. It's not hard for me to do because, you know, I can hear it in the conversation. I can hear it in the conversation because when I'm looking for placement of the puppies, when I'm looking for someone, qualified home for my puppy, I can hear it in your conversation. I can tell where your ambitions lie because I have experience talking to people. I'm not ducking no phone calls. I'm taking all calls. And I done dealt with literally thousands of people in my lifetime. Remember, I'm a salesman by trade. And so I've dealt with thousands of people. I've dealt thousands of transactions. And I know I can read. I can hear it in your voice when you're after the dollar sign. So it's easy for me to determine who is a serious enthusiast, where their ambitions lie. Is this a person that is extremely passionate about this? Where is their heart? Where is your heart at? Because this dog breeding is gonna test you. This dog breeding is you're gonna find out what you really made of. Let me tell you something about me. There's often been many times when I wanted to give up. There's many times that I wanted to quit. Many times that I wanted to quit. But I know from exercise, right before you're ready to give up, you just got to keep on pressing. And that is where the reward at. When the other one, most people going to give up. Most people going to quit. And there is no win in quitting. You cannot be successful at anything if you give up. That being understood, now that applies across the board. There's a lot of universal principles in this. What goes around comes around. You know, you can't expect to get anything more out of the dog than you're willing to give. I see too many times people looking for cheapest dog food, or the instead of the best dog food for the money, they looking for the cheapest dog food. You can't cut corners in this. if you're not providing for your dog adequately the resources that they need in order to thrive, you can't expect them. You can't expect them. Man, listen, I consider giving up many times, but there is no quit in me. You know, that's just not something that I'm willing to do. I'm not quitting on myself. I have came too far to turn back now. But it is going to come a point in time where I am going to have to pass down the ranks. And that's what I'm hoping to do, is someone that will rise up from the Boerboel community to take my place. And I hope that this information that I'm sharing, this experience that I'm sharing, is going to go down in history, because this is not going anywhere. It's going to be up there. This part of the reason that I do this. These are memoirs. It's going to go down in history while I was doing. You can go back and check the record. You can go back and look at my story over and over again. It's not going to change. We're here to produce the best dogs. We're here for about putting out the best dogs. And eventually, I feel, I mean, every year, litter, with each litter, we plan on improving. We try to improve, and we've been improving with each litter. I really feel confident. I really feel strongly about these puppies that we have here now. We kicking one back, and then we got another litter. We got another litter coming up behind them. And if you look at each time, I know all of our puppies look impressive, but if you look at the evolution of our breeding program, I mean, these puppies are really spot on. Not in terms of development, structure, and now we didn't sell them too fast. We pushed the price up where people was hesitant to jump out there, and exactly what we wanted. And thanks, family. So yeah, look, we're gonna get to some comments. Oh, so look, we talked last week about, have you ever had a Boerboel? Have you ever had a Boerboel that was too big and out of control? And I was trying to allude to some situations. And in my research, I had looked at some other websites, some other, I'm always looking at Boerboel content. And because of that, I'm seeing that I was researching some other Boerboel channels on YouTube. Have y'all seen Molly the Boerboel? Listen, I got to share this with y'all, because this is exactly the type of behavior. It's exactly the type of behavior that will cause someone extreme difficulties. And I'm not knocking them. I really respect their hustle and their enthusiasm they share with the community, everything that they do with the community, building up the I can't believe I'm not subscribed to theirs. I thought I was. Okay, so let me share this with you all. I want you to see this. Not trying to vilify them. I think they have great intentions, and hopefully that they will see this. Y'all can share this with them. We got some tips and some pointers for them, because this is a recipe for disaster. Take a look at this, Boerbuds, coming up here, and share this with you all. This is real wild. This is real wild. All right. So here we go with Molly. Molly doing big numbers, right? I'm looking at, what, like I said, I'm doing research, and I'm trying to find out what are some of the more interesting topics to talk about, discuss on my channel with people looking at. Remember, I told you that I'm still learning too. I share this information with you so it could be valuable for you. So I'm looking at Molly here and just the behavior and stuff, right? And a lot of
is that a boy or a girl?
A lot of on this.
Yeah, slowly, gentle.
Now look at this male. This male is intense, right? Look at the tail. Look at the tail.
Yeah, he is.
You see him? You see his tail?
It's the same as her. She just minds her own business, Molly. Yeah. But him,
the male is different.
He just tries to jump on him and dominate. Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear him. He's explaining how the dog is
gentle.
You can see that the dog
Gentle.
is dominant,
Hey.
right?
Gentle.
Dogs.
It's okay. Yeah, gentle. Gentle. Be nice. Good boy. Good boy. Be nice.
So
How
I'm gonna
was your-
stop it right there because first things first. Let's talk about this. He's saying gentle. Listen to the tone. Listen to
Yeah.
the
Oh,
tone.
it's still puppy too.
Yeah, still.
He's talking
Gentle.
really reassuring, encouraging
You're a good girl.
but
You're a
tone,
good girl. Sally, gentle.
right? He's telling them gentle.
I have been waiting for about
Sounds almost like
6
good.
to 8 weeks.
No.
But he was last time about 61 kilos. Yeah.
61 kilos. So
Gentle,
that's like
Sally. Gentle. Good
150
Gentle.
pounds, if I'm not mistaken.
Gentle Molly. Yeah, last time I weighed Molly, she was 80 kilos.
80 kilos. That's
Good girl.
200 pounds.
Molly.
You gotta, so this is
She just preferred.
between these two dogs. You got
Is that
Molly,
own-
exaggerated size, Boerboel, the more
Yeah.
variety. If you look at the energy level though, of the male. I mean, he's trying to mount the other dog. Let's go to some more videos because we gotta dive a little bit deeper. And hopefully they will see this. This will help them. And if not, somebody else will learn from this. This is very dangerous, though. Very dangerous. Here's another example of what I'm talking about.
Calm down.
Boerboel is on the bed.
Yeah.
Now, they have no real
I
way
don't want to play anymore.
to reprimand Molly, right? You're putting Molly. What really separates Molly from a high-ranking member in the pack? You got to establish that. Sleeping areas is one of the privileges of a high-ranking members. The preferred sleeping areas is a high-ranking member privilege. So when you're putting the dog in the bed, you letting the dog know, and this is where I lay, this is where you lay. We on the same level. This is dangerous. This is very dangerous. Molly seems to be a lot more manageable than their new dog. The new dog, the male, is really intense. Got a lot of dominant like behavior. Look, here we go again. I mean, this just again, Boerboel. If you look at him, he's wagging and playing, having a great time. And I'm not trying to vilify or demonize them because they even admitted that they were having some problems with the new dog Sully. In some of the comments, he just said, he doesn't know what to do. Well, this is one of the things. This is one of the ways to establish, there are boundaries. The dog shouldn't be walking all over the person like this. Clearly, she's a little bit uncomfortable, and this is not what she wants. Let's go to another video. Not trying to demonize them. I really hope that this helps. I saw one video that I thought was this like extremely dangerous. I'll see if I can find it where mom was like, no, stop, and then fighting the dog back, and Boerboel versus mama. Here it goes right here. Now look at the dog. Clearly, mom's not interested in playing. Look at the dog's posture. Look at the tail presence. Look at the presence of the tail. And she's saying, stop.
Wait.
Look. Now at this point, then even the dog nips back. So this stop. Ow. Stop. Even the dog nips back. This is totally inappropriate. And then she strikes the dog with her hand, the same hand that she loves to touch the dog with. So it's like a mixed emotion, mixed signal. Look, then we kicking the dog. Now we're gonna smack him. Okay. Look, stop. Now he's jumping up on top. This when I say stop, my dogs, it's not an option. It's not a request. When I say stop, it's a command. Now you better pay attention because we'll follow command is correction or praise. So if you ain't doing the appropriate behavior, look out for the correction. It's on the way. You got to be swift with it too. Look at she like, oh my God, I'm scratched up, I'm stuffed up. This ain't cool. So hey, y'all, Molly, I hope that y'all understand. You can get this message too. Y'all got to get some training on this dog. Y'all got to get a real handle on this dog. because if he is looking at you as a peer, as an equal, and you really are the leader or should be. So yeah, I don't want to I'm not trying to vilify them. I'm not trying to vilify them. I don't want to don't start to spam them or don't code for them. Don't come after them. You know what I'm saying? I just post this for awareness and understanding. To me, this is very dangerous. They in Australia. I don't know who they got their dog from, but when you say what you mean, you have to mean what you say. And that has to be clearly established and communicated to the dog. You look at all of this hand and vocalizations, very, very dangerous. It's a very dangerous situation. So, I wanted to just talk about that. This is the type of situation. This dog look like it's too much. And this is cool. This is really cool content, folks. Don't get me wrong. The dog jumping all up on dad and they having a great wrestling match. And it look like they got a great bond. But this is sending the wrong signals, though, right? I don't know how dominant this is, or but this is a recipe for disaster, and it's getting not getting better, it's getting worse because of the addition of the new dog. So I just wanted to share that. I thought that was informative. I hope that anybody can pick up some understanding from that. Not trying to vilify them though. So I'm debating on going too deep into the valuable information that I have. There go my boy. I was wondering for you, doggy, where you been? You all right, bro? So I was wondering though about that. What was I wondering about? Well, anyway, great point. Great point. Paws need to be on the ground. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. That's kind of where I'm at with it, board buddies. I've got a great question here from my good friend Bianca. She wants to know, how do you determine who to and not to give breeding rights to when selling a puppy? And I was talking about that a little bit earlier. Like I said, it's all in the heart. It's all in your heart. I can tell from your voice, your enthusiasm, where your true intentions lie. And if you're chasing that dollar, this ain't gonna be. You're not gonna have success. You're not gonna have great success with this. This because it's so much. It's a bad investment, to be honest. I mean, the years. If you think about the years that I have, see, people don't see the struggle, and that's why I always want to make sure that I bring that up, because it's a flip side to this. It's a flip side to what you see me arriving at this stage and getting to this far. It took a lot of sacrifice. It took a lot of perseverance, going through the tough times. Imagine this: losing a whole litter, bottle feeding puppies, and then they start dying one at a time, slowly but surely. You get one puppy to finally survive to 8 weeks old, and then something crazy happens and the mom bites it up and kills it or something crazy. That's a real reality. Imagine this: going to the vet, paying for the C-section, $3,000 for the emergency C-section, coming back home, and then mom eats the puppy. It's only one puppy survived. I mean, these are the type of things. This is all what happened within the last 2023, right? I mean, you go through it. You really go through it. But guess what? As long as I'm alive, I'm gonna have dogs. I'm gonna have some dogs. So I'm gonna have at least one, right? With that being said, I love dogs, and I also love people. Not people is a little bit. They'll betray you, So you can't. They're hard to trust. The dog is true. The dog is real. The dog is not gonna fake you out, and it's going to be evident. You're not going to have great success with the dogs. The dogs are going to tell on you. I've had board buddies that want to join in the program, and they say, "Well, I'm going to do exactly what you say. I'm going to do exactly what you prescribe." And if you do exactly if you stick to the formula exactly, you're going to get the results exactly. Any deviance from the formula, the dogs is going to tell on you. The dogs are going to tell. With dogs, you get your karma instant. You get your karma instant. You get your reward is instant, right? Well, it's not instant. Your karma is instant. Your reward is distant, right? Your reward is way at the end of the rainbow, but your karma is right now. If you don't take care of your dog every single day, if you're not making it stress-free and happy and lovely, then you're going to have failures, and you're not going to understand why. That litter that we had with Foxy, remember? That was the one with the 12 puppies that I talked about. That was my first litter, 2000 and whatever, 22 or whatever, right? The whole year. And we had 12 puppies born. She pushed them out all naturally. We were feeding them. I'm talking about round the clock bottle feeding them. Well, my cousin was there. He kept Foxy. It was his dog. When she came here, I asked him specifically, what she looked a little thin. Has she been eating the prescribed dog food daily? He told me, yeah. Sent me pictures, however, I saw a totally different dog food in the picture that shouldn't have been there. The dog does not lie. The evidence, the proof is in the pudding, right? It's going to speak. If you take care of your dog, you keep your dog stress-free, you love your dog the way that it's supposed to be loved, then you're going to have tremendous results. You're going to have great success. Your dog is cared for, provided all the resources is provided that's supposed to be provided, then you're going to have great success. Board buddies, any questions? Let's get to the question. Got some real great comments. Let's see. Okay. I don't really see too many more questions, but what their purpose is and ability. Okay, here we go. What their purpose. Oh, we did have a question. I'm gonna get to it. It was early in the broadcast. Larry, i.e. products. What is their purpose? What their purpose is and ability to train them, crossbreed them, almost only want to breed with their connections. I thought that was a question when I saw the what. Someone did ask a question earlier, and let me get to it. I'm in the chat and I'm following. Do the birth papers and lineage documents come with your Boerboels? Absolutely. Yes. Best breed in the world. Well, yeah, board buddies. Any more questions? We've got some great comments here. I've learned that Boerboels or any other mastiff type will run you over if you don't start establishing yourself as a leader early in the pet's life. Very true. Thank you for the comment, Tony Slick. I never allow my dogs to put their paws on anyone. 100 to that. It's inappropriate. Do not jump on me. Ariel is a great question. Have you ever had any help? Have you ever had any? First question first. Not, no. We have not had any hips and elbows issues. Not to this. Not to this day. We have not had any, and I think that's tribute to original Boerboels that we started out was much smaller. Then we also make sure that we make all of our dogs is exercise and fitness ready. Woo! Oh my goodness, Eddie, thank you for that. We got questions over here on Facebook. On Instagram. Eddie says, let's talk about allergies. Woo! They often misdiagnosed. We're gonna get to that. Can this breed be a wilderness travel protection dog, i.e., Appalachian Trail or deep woods off grid, not urban? Honestly, I think this would be the ideal dog for that type of situation. If you think about the Boerboels and its origins, they come from this like remote. They traveled along with the Boers as they were in traverse this new land, and as they traveled this land, they weren't aware of what the wilderness had to offer. They were coming there from the Dutch. The settlers came from the Dutch, and they settled in South Africa. So you got to remember, they're traveling and navigating this foreign territory. They don't know anything about the place. One thing that they did have for sure, though, was the dogs. The dogs provided eyes, ears, allowed them to be able to arm themselves, be able to prepare to escape. They offer a line of defense. So you got to get through the dog in order to get to the goods. So I think it's a great dog because they're very alert. I would recommend 2 though, because they do sleep a little hard, sometimes, especially on a full stomach. But if you're in a wilderness-like type situation where you're surviving, you're eating only to survive, you're not eating out of luxury, out of leisure, I think that's really another ideal situation. Even one dog is going to be much more alert because of that. So we're going to talk about this. I got a question over here on Instagram from Eddie Neal. Let's talk about allergies. My girl is 5 now, and I've had to change food about 3 times in 5 years. Wow, that's great. Great topic of discussion. I feel like oftentimes, thank you for the support, family. Yes. There go my peoples in this. Yes. And I want to say the allergy thing is often misdiagnosed. Because first of all, how are they determining it? They'll say this is allergies, right? They're doing broad diagnosis, calling everything allergies: itchy skin, itchy nose, itchy this, hair loss, bumps. A lot of this stuff is false, misdiagnosed, right? How are they determining that these are allergies? How are they determining that these are allergies? And what are they determining that the dog is allergic to? This is a question that we have from our Instagram community. It says, let's talk about allergies. I'll type in the question so we can see. It says, oh no, wait a minute. Let me type it in over here. Let's talk about allergies. Okay. Now this is the question that we responded to. Let's talk about allergies. My girl is 5 now, and I've had to switch food 3 times in 5 years. So, like I said, how are they determining that these are allergies? That's often misdiagnosed. There's so many different ingredients. You hear people say grain-free. that's like a modern thing that they're recently saying for dogs to not eat grains. Dogs been eating grains, right? And that's like not scientific based. That's just a whole bias against grains. Dogs have been surviving off of grains and for many years. The dog is not the wolf; it's an ancestor of the wolf. The dog is, remember though, the wolf eats the all meat diet. The dog is can survive as a scavenger. Well, and he's an omnivore. He's an opportunist feeder. So he'll eat dead, dying, decaying animals that he dug up from, or bones and stuff. He'll eat meals and scraps left over from human camps. Anybody that have a dog know they love the trash. They love to beg for food and stuff like that. So that's a big myth. One thing that I suggest, if you feel like your dog have allergies, switch the dog to all raw. Fast the dog first. Give him a couple of days for his body and his digestive system to recover and rebound, to actually be at its complete best. So I always recommend fasting. It give your dog a chance to reset. It's good for humans too. Give your body, your digestive tract, a chance to rest and relax. Once your body and your digestive tracts operating at its optimal, then it's okay to resume feeding. I know, right? But yeah, you have to make sure that you give the dog a chance to rest, reset. Reset is all. Again, you're going to give the dog a chicken, whole chicken, just single ingredient feedings. So I would just do straight chicken, leg quarters. That's it. Now we able to determine, is my dog allergic to chicken or not? Do I still get the chicken response? Or am I still experiencing the allergic response? Now we're able to determine, is my dog allergic to chicken? Is my dog suffering from some other condition, right? So because of that, you're able to narrow down and basically by process of elimination determine, is this a true food allergy that my dog is allergic to chicken? It's hard for me to just understand. That's just something that's modern. Back in the days, dogs ate whatever they had, whatever they could find. My grandfather would always tell me, like, he would thought I was crazy for buying dog food. He talked about his dogs in the country, they just ate what we ate. And they never bought dog food, not one time. So that's just hard for me to believe that a dog is allergic to chicken. And I'm sure that is the case. There's always exceptions to the rule, but that's just hard to imagine for me. Chicken is one of the I feed my dogs a lot of chicken. I don't know what I would do with a Boerboel that was allergic to chicken. I don't know what to do with a Boerboel that's allergic to chicken. So I feed a lot of beef, especially in the winter months, when we're trying to put weight on the dogs, when we want to bulk them up. So our go-to is going to be that trike. We love feeding them dogs trike. The dogs, they really thrive off of that. They look very good. Their coat shine. It's got a lot of fat. It's got abundance of beneficial bacteria for the gut. This is for Tony Slick. What do we feed our dogs? We feed a lot of raw, a lot of beef tripe, a lot of organs. Don't forget. Okay. And yeah, for sure, you got to feed that. Go get to some more questions. First of all, Cornbread wants to know, my main man, Carl, where can he get some merch? It's on the way, family. It's coming soon. 2024, we're going to be offering a lot of products. We got a lot of people asking for products. We want to develop more, committed to that. 2024, whole bunch of whole lot is in store. 2024 coming soon. I know in the past 50 years, all wheat and grains were GMO, and that's why dogs are allergic to them. How do you determine the best quality puppy of the breed's litter? Great question. Great question. Me personally, I look for mid-range. So in our litters, oftentimes people will say, I want the biggest puppy, I want the biggest puppy. And in my experience, the biggest puppy is not always the best puppy. Here's why. The biggest puppies tend to grow really fast. And with this accelerated growth rate, they start to grow. Some things come, the proportions get off balance. So, sometimes they get taller in the back, sometimes they get longer pastures, sometimes their feet get really big. You got the best puppy is going to be a nice middle of the road pup who has very strong structural features. You're looking for neat feet in the front. We're looking for neat feet in the front, neat feet in the back, parallel in the front, parallel in the back. Okay, that's what's important. We're looking for a really clean top line. We want those feet to be spread apart, balanced in terms of physical aesthetics. We're looking for energy. I'm looking for a highly energetic puppy. I know that the larger dogs, the oversized dogs, and sometimes it depends on the litter too. Sometimes we do want to take the largest dog of the litter. Sometimes we want to have a mid-range dog. It all depends on the litter, but oftentimes structure and over everything. You cannot breed, you can't fix a dog with bad structure. You can't fix the feet in the front going this way or that way, or frog legs in the back. I mean, that's just to me I'm not doing that. It takes too much. It takes so much away from a dog. I don't care how big the head is. I don't care how strong they are. I don't care how impressive they are. But that's what I believe. Structure first. Structure over everything. Temperament, intelligence, energy level. All of those are major considerations in determining the best breeding dog of the litter. And what's the best for me may not be the best for you. You may need a dog that's a lot more laid back and relaxed. You may not be. I might get to an age in the stage in my life where I like a dog that's laid back and relaxed. And I'm kind of getting there. I used to like a dog that was a go, 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 go. But those dogs can be too much. And it's a lot to train. Then when you're breeding that style of dog, at a larger dog, 150, 160-pound dog with a ton of energy, there is not that is not ideal. I don't know. I forgot what I be losing my train of thought when the question when I be reading. I can't read. I'm on one track mind, family. I'm a one track mind, Boerboel family. I can only do one thing at a time. I only do one thing at a time. I can only concentrate on one thing at a time. So we got some questions coming in. We got some comments. He says, Tim down in Florida. First of all, people had some questions. Let me get to Tim. Tim says that he got 4 Boerboels. He has 4 Boerboels, and he got one from each 4 different kennels. And he says that Izade Boerboel is the best, hands down. Can't find a comment, but it's in the chat. I tried chicken and he had explosive diarrhea. Now I'm giving him plain yogurt with his food, and he's good. So my question to you would be, what did you give him? What part of the chicken did you give him? Was it chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast? Because that's too nutrient dense and concentrated. You want to make sure that it is balanced and complete in the proper ratios. So when you're giving chicken, it needs to have the best part of the chicken that I recommend is going to be the leg quarter, because you got the appropriate ratios. You got a certain amount of bone, you got a certain amount of muscle, you got a certain amount of fat in the skin. And that's really ideal. You're gonna have some great solid stools. If you need to tighten up the stool, increase the bone. So I would go, if your dog is giving loose stool off a chicken, try the chicken necks, turkey necks, poultry necks. So appreciate that comment. That's good. I hope y'all can pick up from that. Here goes another great comment. Boerboels are the best, but they definitely are a lot of work. The best breed because they love you like nothing else. So I don't mind cleaning up no poop. Hold on. Somebody else had a real good question though. There's a shucks. How important is paperwork when selling? Paperwork is important when you're tracing the lineage. Really, that's also important when you go into the dog shows, depending on what agency that you want to show the dog under. The paperwork is important. But here's the thing: that a problem that I have with paperwork is that people want to stand behind the paperwork in the organization. To me, the dog comes first. I'm not beating on my chest talking about AKC, SABA, NABA, SAL, NKC, whatever. None of it is not, that's irrelevant to me. That doesn't really make or break a dog. The paperwork, the fact that it's there, the lineage is traceable, that's really all that matters. That's what most people are concerned about, that some paperwork does exist. The registry is irrelevant. Here's a great question, Larry. Thank you for engaging with the audience. You got some great topics and questions. I don't know about the free puppy thing, but that's clearly, we all wish we could get dogs for free. I learned there is a shock sound test on puppies to determine focus and their anxiety levels, so they have better chances of good training results. What are your thoughts on this puppy test? Great idea. I would like to see more people showing these type of tests, these type of evaluations. I really want to see okay, we got some more questions on Instagram. But yeah, if you go back and look at our videos, I would like to see more people doing this. It don't make sense. People just making puppies and then showing them, running them around, and not doing anything. What are you doing to evaluate your puppies, y'all? Y'all ain't even. I mean, come on. Let's make that's got to be standardized. This is the differences. This is the investments. These small investments in your puppy on a day-to-day basis. This is what makes your dog valuable. This is what I'm talking about in establishing value. You know, I'm not going to reduce the cost of my dog for no reason, because I'm putting too much. Really, people telling me, well, my puppies, you get a dog from me, it should be way more. It's gonna be like automatically house trained. It's gonna be confident. It's gonna be courageous. It's gonna be daring. It's gonna be dangerous if you want it to be. It's gonna be loving. It's gonna be caring. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making investments. I'm testing my dogs. I'm handling my puppies. I don't mind. I do this pot test with my puppies. If you look at the live from 3 or 4 days ago when we were just sitting and hanging out with the puppies, you saw my daughter was the live that we did the other night for the 4 or 5 week old puppies with my daughter. We did a pot test. I did a sound test. I think that's extremely important. We started to show the puppies at 4 weeks old. They had a certain response to that, and because of that, we say that we didn't give him no passing or failing grade, because this wasn't it was not appropriate age for the actual sound tests, but it is important to introduce sound conditioning to stabilize the puppies, right? So with that being said, yes, I think that we need to see more of that. I would like to see more people water conditioning their dogs, temperature conditioning their dogs, soundproofing their puppies. Let's see what your dog is really made of. Let's see what you are doing. And then, I mean, people can tell the difference. I can see it in the picture. If your puppy is, if you notice, it has so many layers to this. There's so many layers to this. Confident puppies, courageous puppies, they actually going to take much better pictures, right? So you get a puppy that's big and strong, and he's not scared of anything. Anything that he's alerted to, it looks like a challenge to him. He's stepping up and looking at attention. That dog has got great confidence versus the puppy that's running all around and stuff. He's just so happy to finally somebody be showing him some attention. You can't even get him to sit still so you can take a good picture. Everything that he's doing, he's tail wagging is crazy and he's scooting his butt down to the ground. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. That's a clear indication of this dog has not been socialized. This dog hasn't been handled. And I'm gonna tell you the worst thing that I ever saw when puppies run from people. I have seen that in my days. Puppies run when you come for them. They don't run up to you. I'm talking about running away. So yeah, that's some. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of that. Raw chicken leg quarters. Switch it up to the necks. Go to the poultry necks. Do you think Boerboels and Belgian Whites can get along? Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially with confident leadership. You're looking for a dog with an 85% or more for Saba, but health history matters a bit in the behavior of the lineage. Pay attention. It's a great indicator of what you can expect. Trust me, you get what you pay for. Say that again. Papers don't mean anything if the dog is not up to spec. Table jump and maintain. I didn't want to anxious or unfocused puppy before 3 months old. That's one of the top 5 features of picking up Boerboel for what I learned. You definitely one of the, I don't know, what was the top 5 features? The runt, got to fight. What's up, Trap? And then we got, I go for structure, flavor, and flavor colors. Daisy Duke joined. The runt, got to fight. I also do, I'm never going to count a dog out for the size. All right. Never discount that runt. Like my man said, Trav is a true dog lover. He'll let you know for sure. That runt really got to fight. He got to fight. And, he's already battle tested. He got to get in there and push. And I'm going to tell you something else. Size is elusive. Size could trick you. Because remember, if you look at those pictures of the dogs when we had the 13 or 15 puppies with Coda, that superstar litter where we had all of those beautiful puppies, Joku was the largest puppy at 23 pounds, and he ended up being the smallest adult. So size is so elusive. So one of the last things, that's one of the last things that is of value is the size, because it's a Boerboel. All Boerboel should going to be a substantial size. All Boerboel should be bigger than your average dog. We have some videos today. My friend brought over his new puppy. He was excited to show his new puppy. Brought his puppy down, and this puppy was like 9-10 weeks old. And you can just see that the size evidence the Boerboel is just going to be extremely much, like they're twice the size and half the age. So you're going to have a large dog no matter what. 120 to 140, 160 pounds is plenty of dog. Your average police dog is only 80 pounds. So that should tell you that size don't make or break a dog, doesn't increase or decrease the value. So we look at size last. It's one of the last things that we're going to consider in our selection criteria. Debo, I can't wait to link up with you either, family. Let's go to this next comment here. Papers don't mean anything. Straight structure and focus comments though. One thing that you want to be aware of is dominance too. I kind of like a puppy that's medium in his temperament, right? Because family, what's going on? Walaikum salam. I don't want a dog that is dominant. Be very aware if your dog is exhibiting signs of dominance. That's something that you need to address. That's something that you want to minimize. You want to handle your dog. You want to install calm, assertive energy. And the way that you're going to do that is through your body language, through your You want to do that through your touch. You're transferring energy. Think about it like Rogue, the Marvel superhero that draws energy from whatever she touches. The dog is the same way. A lot of that communication, if you notice with the Boerboels and dogs in general, what they play, they're gonna do a lot of bumping into each other. That's kind of like him saying to you, "Hey man, you feel this weight? You feel this weight on you?" That's literally throwing their weight around. So when you see that happening, learn from that, observe that. When you're trying to condition your dog to behave a certain way, be mindful of the energy that you transfer. One of the best things for me about dogs is they help me remain calm, right? So the way that I communicate with my dogs allows me to compose myself at any situation. And I need to really start applying that more to my life. But what I do when my dogs start to get into a certain rage or stage, or my puppies is playing too rough, or they're displaying a behavior that I'm not approving, what I'm going to do is go in and I'm going to just touch them, reach out and touch them. And it's almost as when you do that, it's like you're transmitting the signal to the dog. Pay attention to what's going on. Even if I have, let's say I'm breaking up a big brawl or something like that. Same thing. I use a stick, I ain't gonna lie. I will grab a stick to break up dogs. That's the only reason that I would suggest. That's the only situation that I say that you can strike a dog. It's acceptable to strike a dog. Is if two dogs is fighting. It's too dangerous, especially if they off leash. It's too dangerous for you to try to risk getting in there with your hands to touch them. You got to strike them. It's the only way you're going to. But even then, though, the only thing that you're trying to do is get them to stop. You're trying to establish this is unacceptable. Do I recommend dog insurance for the Boerboel? I don't think that it could hurt. I don't believe in insurance, though. I believe in just taking care of yourself. I don't believe in car insurance, mandated car insurance. I don't believe in, well, I do believe in insurance, but I like to take care of myself and take care of your stuff. That's money that could be going for dog food. What does it mean if the puppy is slewfoot? That's a big deal. Is that a big deal? To me, a puppy is slewfoot, highly likely that's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. As they grow and develop, he's only going to get more slewfoot, highly likely, if your puppy is slewfoot. What you want to see in puppies, you really, especially with the bigger dogs, you're looking for those feet to go straight down. You're looking for those paws to be like cat paws. You want them to be like daggers. You want them to be like daggers standing straight down in the ground. If you're looking for a dog that's conformationally sound, conformation is what you're after. And I'm going to always shoot for a structured conformation. I always want a dog that's going to be very impressive to the eye, because we want to make sure that this dog can fit in any capacity, whether you want to take the dog to the show, whether you want to take the dog to a working competition, whether you want to take the dog just as a companion. We want you to have a dog that you're proud of. And it's just visually, when you got these conformational flaws and defects that's this ugly, we're going to love our dog regardless, just like we're going to love our baby, but it makes it difficult. I mean, I just want to have, when you're comparing it to another dog, I want it to be the best. Let's see. What do you think about extra training times per day for Boerboel puppies should be? Boerboel puppies, listen, y'all, I appreciate y'all. I didn't realize what time it was. Boerboel puppies, though, they should be. I don't believe that you. Okay, you can exercise puppies, but you don't work them out. Let's say that. So when you exercising, that could be anything. That's casual. A nice little walk in the park across the street, 35 minutes, 45 minutes. No intense pace. It's up and down. If you're going into working out, now we're trying to achieve exhaustion. So that's, you don't never want to work a puppy to exhaustion. You want to always push a puppy. You don't really want to push a puppy. You're just gonna let a puppy play until it's tired. And so that's my recommendation for exercise. Family appreciate you. Is out there dogs have strong genetics. We're not going to the vet much. Let's just update it. Just appreciate you, family. And represent it. We're gonna get this merch out there for you. Hit me up, shoot me your address, family. I think you probably already got these, but don't forget Boerbuds. We're gonna be offering these. We go with that last video. We're gonna update it so everybody can have links to all of the products that we recommend. We're gonna give it y'all formula. I'm gonna give everything that I have before I leave, before I walk away. I'm laying it all on the table for everybody to know. Yeah, don't sweat it, family. Don't sweat it. I appreciate y'all. Hey, y'all, stay productive. I stay productive. Stay on top of your game. Stay on top of yourself. Don't take nothing for granted. Don't take nothing by chance. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna be because you put the energy and effort behind it. Nothing is gonna come to a sleeper but a dream. Get up off your butt. You want to get up on your feet, get off your butt. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, boy buddies, I'm gonna catch you.